Welcome to another episode of Darkskies Podcast. Coming to you live from Los Angeles, California, on the great LA. What's up, San Jose? We're late into the night. Yes, indeed. It was good. Got the whole team in here. As we do it like we always do it. Going late into the night. But we talking planetary alignment and its effects on the Earth and its effects on us. What does it mean? You know, all of these strange things happening on the Earth. We're gonna talk and see if we may have any type of connections to where the Earth is, you know, in the solar system. And according to the rest of the planets, planetary alignment. Wow, pretty crazy. Talk a little off news today, new segments, and we're gonna just talk about some of the things that's going on in the world. It's Friday, and you know, we're happy to be with you. Like I said, got the whole squad in effect. And it's always fun, you know, to just be here amongst friends, family, listeners, community members. So strap yourself in and let's get ready. Like I said, we got a full show. So, how's everybody doing today on this Friday? Thank God it's Friday. Yes, I'm your host, Darcy Willis. Thank you. Got Michael X in the building. Thank you. Good to see you, man. Jim in the building. Jennifer on the ones and twos. Yes, indeed. Whole squad in effect. Always good to have everybody here, I'm telling you. And what do we got going on today? We're talking planetary alignment, you know, where the Earth is in the solar system according to the rest of the planets, and what does it mean? Is it affecting us? Is it affecting our weather? Well, you never know. I mean, as we spend more time on this planet and we record more events, we get a better understanding of the Earth and its place in the cosmos, and most importantly, how it's affected by what's happening in the cosmos, because, you know, what's happening out there is affecting us here. You know, it's a such thing as solar winds and, you know, star. Well, of course, the sun is a star. So you get the heat, you get the light, you get the cosmic rays, you get the cosmic radiation, the cosmic winds, all this stuff, you know, just a part of just living in this vast thing that we call the universe. But how does it affect us though, you know? Planetary alignments and all of that. So we're going to talk a little bit of that. But first, how you doing, Mikey? It's Friday. Yes. I know. We're finally here. Ready for another week. And, you know, it's crazy because with season 3 jumping off, our podcast being recorded, being downloaded, being listened to, of course, our topics strong. We've been researching for a long time before we came back. We want to come back with plenty of topics because, you know, we had plenty of dates to fill. And like I said, we wanted to do so many shows, and this was planned. You know, this wasn't something that, you know, we was just going to drop and just try to do by the seat of our pants. We wanted to really sit down, think about the information. We want to look at these topics. We want to find out more information on them. We want to put them in file form because, I'm old fashioned. I want to sit there and look at, some papers and see what some of this stuff mean. I want to be able to be pointed towards, some cool websites. I want to be able to have something physical in my hands to, just look at. So having that for each one of these shows and doing all of the writing and doing all the, songs and playlist and looking at them and okaying this song and, saying, nah, this song might not fit. Or, sitting down with, Mikey and going over some of the information that we're going to be talking about in the show, looking at some of the questions, he's going to be asking later on in the week, looking at some of the directions that we want to take the show in. I mean, so many different things. I mean, we're covering a lot of different subjects, and I'm telling you, it's not easy, but it's fun because you never want to get bogged down in just one area. And definitely that's not what we're doing. I mean, we cover so many different subjects. So we never get bored and we never run out of material because all these different subjects, like I said, a lot of them are still ongoing. So we're still researching a lot of this information because more information is coming as we do shows. Like I said, we have more shows on the Mandela effect. And it's going to be, really digging deep into the subject because there's a lot of aspects of this subject a lot of people haven't touched on and we found. So we definitely want to get that information out. I'm excited. Also, we're talking more about Planet X and we're talking more about in the coming weeks. We got more shows coming up on giants. I mean, God, this all the information that comes in is just overwhelming, but it's also intriguing. It's intriguing for many facts are pointing towards like the same center. I mean, you can be digging in one subject and you can follow that subject and see which way it's pointing. Okay, it's pointing towards this direction. But then you have another subject that's in a completely different range, a completely different spectrum, and then you're studying it and it's pointing towards, the same direction as the other subject, but they don't have nothing in common. So now we're trying to find out what's tying some of these things together because they seem to be pointing towards the same center. And then it's crazy because you don't really know what's in the center. That's still a mystery. So it's crazy because one mystery is pointing towards another mystery and they may be connected even though they don't have no connections in reality that you would think. And we're going to really dig deeper into that too because a lot of people, I know that sounds crazy, but a lot of the stuff that we cover is crazy. Trying to make sense of it. I guess that's one of the things that we do. Try to make sense of the senseless. And I'm looking at some of the things that's happening in the world. We were talking about this story earlier. Of course, we wanted to go eat before we did this show, and there's not too many places open. Excuse me, I had to drink a little bit of coffee. This is how we stay up, But anyway, we were looking for a place to grab a bite. And, of course, one of our files was covering the McDonald's. And it's crazy because the stories was going around that people was getting sick, eating McDonald's food. Now, God forbid, McDonald's, the Golden Arches, that's the happy place. You go there and, you see Ronald and Grimace. They still got Grimace, right? Anyway, you go there, you get something to eat, and, everything's supposed to be cool. But I don't know. It's been crazy. hearing some of the stories that, from people going there to eat. Now, we I don't know if we sent out an alert. I know one of our shows we may have mentioned it, but the food poisoning that's been going around, I think it was tied to, what was it, a type of lettuce, the romaine lettuce. Now I guess it's carrots too. But anyway, I guess this is the type of salad or this is the type of lettuce and carrots I guess they're using in their salads, and I guess this is the source of whatever it is that's making these people sick. And this is incredible. So the question is, what does it all mean? I can tell you one thing, that the more I hear, the more it alarms me, because this romaine problem seems to, every time they try to convince us that it's over, it hits us hard again, and people get sick. I mean, we're talking over 100 right now. I'm not sure exactly what the number is, but I'm pretty sure that it's over 100. Feel comfortable saying that. So, what are we talking? Maybe lawsuits, perhaps? Maybe people gonna start calling their lawyers and trying to say, hey, I'm going here, I'm eating the lettuce and I'm the carrots in my salad, and next thing you know, I'm in a hospital. So I need you to kick in. Everybody's talking to their lawyers, and everybody's, getting ready probably for either a class action suit or everybody will sue individually. I don't know exactly how many people are affected by this, but this is crazy. And if you think about it, how many people go eat at McDonald's every day? I mean, their old slogan used to be "over a billion served," and that was decades ago. So they over 50 billion sold, or 60 billion, 100 billion, who knows? But if people start to get sick, them numbers gonna start going down, especially if they're gonna have to start paying for people's hospital bills. Man, this is crazy. And you think about going to eat at these places, and you want to give them the benefit of the doubt, and it's always something though. So the question is, where is it safe to eat? You want to go eat places. You want to be able to go out and enjoy yourself, have a burger, but it's just, I don't know. Now, of course, burgers is not making people sick. It's the lettuce right now. It's the carrots, but that's supposed to be the healthy stuff. You're supposed to be avoiding, the unhealthy stuff, the pork and the bacon and all of that stuff. Then you're supposed to be able to, go eat you something healthy, right? But there's nothing healthy if you eating a salad, and the salad put you in the hospital. Oh my God, this is crazy. It's almost like we don't know what to trust. Man, this is wild. So we looking at this story, and it sounds like kind of lot. Well, it sounds a lot like the Chipotle story, and so many other little small places that First of all, you would think that the health department would put a stop on romaine lettuce until further notice, instead of allowing it to continue to reach our salads and reach our plates or our restaurants or wherever, our fast food joints or wherever we eating. Come on now. I mean, it's their job to, say, what, if so many people getting sick of romaine, then we need to kind of, just put a hold on it, trace the place, the source, and find out exactly where this crop is coming from, and and stop it. That way people can stop getting sick. But every time y'all be like, oh, okay, we found a problem, everything's cool, romaine is cool, you can go back to eating it, there's no ban on it, trying to save them money, trying to make it seem like, okay, whatever the problem was in the past is fixed and you can go eat it. And now next thing you know, people are sick again in the hospital and you hear the name romaine again. And now all of a sudden you got romaine on the brain. And it's just, it's crazy, you know? If you can't eat a salad and survive, I don't know what's next. So that's something to think about. But for now, we're going to take a quick break and get ready to go into planetary alignments and its effects on us. Or does it affect us? Or is it affecting us? Well, we're going to talk a little bit about that when we come back from this break. You're listening to Darkskies Podcast, coming to you live from Los Angeles, California, from the Bay to LA. What's up, San Jose? San Diego. I see you there. Everybody's listening. That's good.
Ain't rolled up, the cars ain't old enough, champagne ain't cold enough, the money still fold up, you ain't buying no clubs, you ain't getting no love, but my niggas so thug, can't get thrown up, smell me when I roll up, I glow like Leroy, I throw like Shona, gin getting pulled up, everything slowed up, fuck niggas hate us. Rich niggas know us. I'm riding with gangsters, so I don't need no cup. I'm drinking out the bottle, riding with the top down, smoking no AC. 25,000, about to blow it out of AC. Niggas run us cause they can't beat us. Ain't that nigga play me? Keep talking them pounds. I'm blowing that daily. I'm smoking that good reefer. My eyes all lazy. Niggas see me getting that money, so they look at me crazy. My niggas out here stunting, doing drugs all many. I'm buying brand new cars and shit. It's Miami lighter. I got high all day, I ain't coming down. The tweak is heavy, it's going round. Rolling up airplanes, about to catch an airplane. Riding in my old school, listening to old school. Doing it how a G's supposed to do. It's getting cold, I might close the room. Made it up to first class, staying in first class. Remember I ain't at first class, now I'm the only nigga in first class. Started with a bus pass, then I caught the old school. Now I got so many cars, I ain't got enough room. 20 mil and got more to go. Roll some weed and then roll some more. Los Angeles, California, from the Bay to LA,
South San Jose. Feels good to be up. I mean, getting used to being up all night, because that's when we all agreed to it. This is the best time for all of us to get together and traverse the airways. Yes, worldwide too. Podcast is reaching everybody around the world. Internet radio, podcasts. Man, it's a beautiful thing. Today we're talking planetary alignments. But before we get to that, Mikey is walking up, handing me my question. And let's see what you got. Here it says, if you can't eat meat, and for all the vegans, they eat vegetables, what is it safe to eat if you can't eat meat and you can't eat vegetables? Well, I don't know. Me, I eat meat, vegetables, I eat fruit. I eat it all. My whole thing when it comes to food, and I understand your fear because you say eating meat definitely has drawbacks and a lot of health risks, and a lot of studies are being done on it, saying that eating certain meats could be dangerous. But then, a lot of vegans and people go over to eating salads. So you say both of them seem to be dangerous to eat at this time. So what is it to eat? Well, you're going to have to really play it close to the ear. Me, I play it close to the, ear. I know romaine is definitely out of the question. I won't be eating no romaine anything. So, of course, when I go places, I kind of find out, if they have romaine, even on their hamburgers, or if I'm eating a burger, if they're using that lettuce on the burger, or if I'm eating a salad or whatever, what type of salad, you could tell the place, no romaine. Now, they should be honest enough to let you know, oh, yeah, we do get romaine, but they'll try to convince you, oh, no, but it's clean. And you can tell them, no, that's right, I'm not taking no chances. Now, that's kind of like how I'm doing it. I keep my eyes open, ear to the news when it comes to food and health risks and different things that you probably, don't want to be trying to eat around this time. And, I also pass that information on to y'all because, you never know. That's why, I talk about the McDonald's story because, I don't know if McDonald's food is dangerous, but, I do know that the salads is right now, a little iffy, especially if you have over 100 people hospitalized just eating your salads. Definitely something to be concerned about. But I don't know. I never really let things scare me to, completely stop me from eating meat. Or I don't have things scare me from completely eating salads. I'm just, conscious and aware of what type of stuff I'm eating. And I try to eat the highest quality stuff. And, I try to be a little careful with what I eat and put in my body. But I'm not overly cautious as well. So I guess I'm trying to find balance. But, finding a diet is very intimate and personal. So each one of us have to find, exactly what we can deal with or what we can digest. So to answer your question, what can we eat is kind of up to you. But, do your research, be mindful, and try to figure out things that may be dangerous and, try to stay away from them. Me, I try to pass down information if something's going on or there's a health alert or if people being hospitalized eating a certain thing. Then, of course, I'm going to probably say it on one of my podcasts and, maybe you can get that information here. But also, you need to keep your ear for all types of sources. Your ears should be open. Your antennas should be up. So when things are like floating around, you should, pay attention because it may mean a difference between you, being smart and not eating something, or you going somewhere where it might be dangerous and you might end up hospitalized with some type of food poison. So yeah, being careful is important. So it's also an intimate choice of what you eat or put into your body. So I hope that answers your question. Now, we're talking planetary alignments. Yes, indeed. I love space. So that's exactly what we're talking about today and our place in space. Now, the Earth right now is currently involved in rare planetary alignment. This alignment places the Earth on one side of the sun along with all the other planets in the solar system. Haha, very rare. This doesn't happen very often, people. Now, we're talking maybe in the last 100 or so years, this has happened maybe 6 times. Now, my numbers are probably not perfect, but other people are also researching the subject, and if I'm not mistaken, that's the number that most people are coming up with, and it makes sense. So, in the last 100 or so years, you have about 6 of these alignments where everybody ends up on the same side of the sun, a meeting of the minds, well, a meeting of the planets, all gathered around one side of the sun. Let's meet around back. So right now we are currently in this planetary alignment, and will be probably for the next 4 to 5 weeks. I'm going to the beginning of September. Now this is incredible, people. Now all of us inside this solar system, usually the movement of the planets, usually you have maybe 1 or 2 on this side, 2, 3 on that side. I mean, there's a lot of space for all the planets to rotate and never really end up on the same side the way we currently are. But, you know, rare as it comes today. And like I said, we'll be in this alignment for a little while, all the way for the month of August and going into the beginning of September. So what does this mean, and how does it affect you and me? Well, obviously, a lot of research, and it's not concrete, but it's something to raise your eyebrow about, that during these planetary alignments in the past, we have had increased volcanic activity and earthquakes and strong storms, and sounds familiar? Well, it should, because right now, we got Guatemala, we got Kilauea, we got volcanoes in the underwater, we have eruptions. Just seems to be a theme of the year, one of the themes of the year. And it is so crazy when you start to think about the many earthquakes we've been having. We've been having these strange storms, like these hurricanes down in the Atlantic, in the Pacific. You usually say the Atlantic, but yeah, we got hurricanes. Well, one very strong hurricane making its way towards Hawaii, which is, going to make for an interesting meeting. And when I say meeting, I mean the Kilauea volcano still erupting, and it may still be erupting by the time that hurricane get there, and it will be interesting to see what type of effects will they have on each other. I mean, as in the volcano and the hurricane. So is this a effect of all of the planets being on the same side of the sun? Perhaps. We don't know. But one thing's for certain, this is uncommon, to have all these earthquakes and have, this weird looking dust storm that seems to originate in the Sahara, but seems to be going all the way across the ocean and moving up into Europe and spreading. I mean, some of this stuff is so strange. I've never seen nothing like it, but it presents itself before me right now, and I have to, take into account that, I'm seeing what I'm seeing. So I'm trying to see if there's any type of correlation to this big dust storm, to this giant hurricane headed towards Hawaii where the volcano is already erupted. I mean, this is already, it just seems like all hell is breaking loose, and if, you don't pay attention, then you'll be the last one know that, everything's just going crazy. The weather is going crazy. The planet is reacting to something. So, like I said, it could be this alignment. We don't know how gravity works when it comes to all the planets being on one side of the sun. We don't know how that affects the actual sun. But it's, like I said, incredible. So it's time for us to take another break, and then we'll be right back. Thank you for listening. Listen to the Darkskies Podcast. Coming to you live from
Smoke a while, do everything.
So San Jose, all around the world. Thank everybody for listening.
Yup. If one more label try to stop me, it's gonna be some dreadhead niggas in your lobby. You don't want no problem with me. You don't want no problem with me. Just another day at the pick up on the mail. They gon' channel riding through the street, they be like they go. You don't want no problem with me. You don't want no problem with me. Just another day at the pick up on the mail. They gon' channel riding through the street, they be like they go. Ooh, I just come and put the hinges in their hand. Counting bitches while we meet and make them shake my other hand. Millie rockin', scooping all the blessings on my lap. Bitch, I know you tried to cheat, you should've never took a nap. Fuck wrong with you, what you were thinking? Fuck you thought it was. You taught that make a lame ass nigga fall in love. Not me though, bitch, you could keep those. Bro, I'm at your head like Craig did Debo. Don't tweak, bro, it's never sweet, oh. My shooters come for free, so if one more label try to stop me, it's gonna be some dreadhead niggas in your lobby. You don't want no problem with me. You don't want no problem with me. Yup. Pull up in a new thing, man, Mike. You don't want no problem with me. You don't want no problem with me. You don't want no problem with me. You don't want no problem with me.
You Peter Pablo, take your shirt off, wave around your head like a helicopter. I ain't putting up weed in the blunt, all you do is smoke tobacco. Where the hell you get them from? You just say he ain't made them. My nigga chasing bounty hunters and getting chased by their baby mamas. My first tap on my stomach, got a pocket full of money and a mind full of ideas. Some of the shit may sound weird. Inside of the Maybach look like it came out of IKEA. Run shit like diarrhea. Big yacht, no pie still. I captain. I'm high captain. I'm so high. Me and God dapping. This my blessing. This my passion. School of hard knocks. I took night classes.
You don't want no problem with me. You don't want no problem with me. Yup. Pull up in a new thing, man, Mike. They go like they go. I got problems bigger than these boys. Yeah. My deposits, they be on steroids. Lord, free the Carter, niggas need the Carter. Sacrificing everything, I feel like Jesus Carter. Hold up, I got it sold up. My soda pulled up, my woes up. I'm flipping those bucks, they doing toe tucks. I roll up and let the smoke puff. I lay down toes up. Hold up, get too choked up when I think of old stuff. Move on, put my goons on, they kidnap newborns. In the streets, my face a coupon, her pussy too warm. All these bitches come to do harm, just bought a new charm. Fuck a watch, I buy you new arm, you lukewarm. I'm Uncle Luke with the hoes, pretty bitches centerfolds. Tipping toes around my crib in they robes, just they robes. $500,000 is safe, another in the pillowcase. Codeine got me moving slower than a caterpillar race. Fuck wrong with you, what you was thinking, what you thought it was. I just pop out Percocets and only caught a buzz. And if that label try to stop me, they gon' be some crazy Weezy fans waiting in the lobby. No lie, baby. You don't want no problem with me. You don't want no problem with me. Just another day at the pick up on the mail. They gon' channel riding through the streets, they be like they go. You don't want no problem with me. You don't want no problem with me. Just another day at the pick up on the mail. They gon' channel riding through the streets, they be
We're here
like they
dancing.
go.
But it's Friday though. Friday feels good. Beautiful night. Los Angeles, California, live podcast. Hey, this is it. I feel good. I hope you do too. And we up all night too. This is Darkskies Podcast. Hey y'all, we're talking about this crazy planetary alignment and how it's affecting us and what does it mean? You know, how's it affecting the earth? You know, all these volcanoes and crazy hurricanes and weird dust storm. What's up with the dust storm? Now, this dust thing is going across the Atlantic Ocean. It's moving up into Europe, moving into Spain. This is incredible. I've never seen nothing like it. It looks, well, actually, I've seen something similar like it. If you take into account to that big dust storm that we recently saw completely engulf Mars. But I don't know if it has any type of correlation or, like I said, maybe what's happening there is similar to the same thing that we're finna eventually, I guess, experience or what we're currently experiencing. I guess we're both on the same side of the sun, so I guess it would make sense. But I don't know. This is just really weird, though. And you have to ask yourself, you know, is something coming, you know? Especially when you look at the activity in Yellowstone and you're trying to see, is it a possible eruption going on there or if it's just clearing its throat? I don't know. It just seems like we're on the edge, on the cusp. You know, like this is the beginning of something. And remember, we have 5 weeks of this planetary alignment, you know, before, you know, we all start to, you know, before a few planets start to move out. I think Mercury moves out and then a few more planets. But anyway, at this current time, you know, all of us have to endure whatever forces are created by having such an alignment. Me personally, it's all new to me. And I'm researching like past times, but, you know, just to wrap my mind around, you know, what it means to see all the planets like over here and nothing on the other side of the sun. Well, nothing according to what we know. Could be another sun over there. Who knows? We can't see it if our sun is real bright and big and giant like it is. Big bully sun. But yeah, we got another heat wave starting, going into this week. So we're going to have some more hot days here in California. So we got these fires going. It's just crazy. It's a crazy year. And it's like nature is, you know, on full alert or full Full action, just wide awake. Nature is not calm in any area right now. Every area seems like there's something going on or the potential of something or something coming. So, nobody's being spared. It could be rains, it could be torrential floods. I'm looking at, horrible flooding. You got problems in Japan, you got problems in Europe, you got problems with this dust storm kicking up. You got this hurricane heading towards the Hawaiian Islands. You got the volcano, Kilauea. I don't know, it's just following, the day-to-days and just trying to see, what does it mean? And maybe it doesn't mean nothing. Maybe we're just following all of this. We have all this information available to us. When in the past, this stuff used to always happen and we just didn't have that information available to us. Or we didn't have an LC Grays and a Darkskies Podcast to look at all the separate events and try to tie them all together and wonder how they're affecting us as a whole. I don't know, but I'm just looking at it now, and I can just tell you that it looks like something's happening. I mean, and it's right up under our nose, because if you look at each individual event and you say, okay, well, this is crazy, or this is a dust storm, this is something I've never seen before. But, you see the Pacific hurricane, and you see what looks to be more hurricanes forming behind it, and you're just like, wow, what is the force behind this? And what's causing this? Or why is this happening? Or, you get to asking enough questions, then you start asking major questions. Like, hey, is something big causing this? Or is something coming? Or is it something that, we should be preparing for? Because it seems to be events happening that, we're never really seen before. Like the Kilauea volcano, for example, and just the way that it's erupting is odd to me. Just to see the fissures and to see the cracks and to see the lava, and I don't know, it's just wild. You just usually see a volcano, if it's going to erupt, boom, it blows up like in Guatemala from the top. So everything is definitely an opportunity to learn. You see the differences and you see the opportunities for such disaster, or for disasters to even become even mega disasters. So, you can just expect, well, I guess FEMA's going to be busy, but not just FEMA, but all around the world we're seeing events happen. And I can only imagine that maybe it's going to increase in the coming weeks, going all the way into the end of this alignment. And then what's going to happen going into the end of the year? I don't know. What is the aftermath? And maybe once we pull out of it, will that be in effect? I don't know. It's just, we're learning as we go. We're just seeing as it happens. But one thing's for certain, we do need to be paying attention. Because like I said, you don't want to be the last person to find out, that volcano is about to erupt. You don't want to be in the way of one of them bad boys. Same thing with these hurricanes. You can't take them lightly. They seem to be a little bit more stronger than what they've been in the past. And I've waited out hurricanes. We've had hurricane parties. We, studied them to see what they were like. See what it was like to survive and be in the area where they were. We help people. But at the same time, you have to look at it as, these times have changed. These hurricanes, these volcanoes, these events. I mean, even this dust storm, I'm not really sure exactly what type of effect this dust storm is going to have once it, makes it across the Atlantic. Just the sheer fact that it's able to cross the ocean is an amazing in all its own. So it's going to be amazing to see what's going on in the coming weeks. But as long as Darkskies Podcast exists, we're going to continue to cover it. We're going to study it. We're going to research it, and we're going to bring it to you. Because like I said, we exist to spark discussion, shine light on the dark, make sense of the senseless. So that's our mission, and hopefully in the coming weeks, we'll better understand this alignment and exactly how it's affecting us. And we do believe there's correlations this alignment and these volcanoes and earthquakes and what's happening over at Yellowstone and this weird dust cloud that, moved across Mars and now it's moving across, Earth. So it seems to be strange things happening. We all are witnessing it. We just have to be mindful, work together. Everybody can help. Darkskies Podcast is a community, first. We're a group of people, family, researchers, people who want to believe and search for the truth. Then share it amongst each other, share it amongst the world. It's the only way you're going to save the world. For some of us to get knowledgeable. 1 teach 2, 2 teach 4,